Shalom, shalom, and welcome back. Today I am discussing preaching the gospel to the dead. Now, Peter writes something that at first glance seems strange. The gospel was preached even to those who were dead. And this you will see in 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 6. Now you say, what? This verse has been interpreted to mean, number one, Jesus preached the gospel to Old Testament believers when he descended to the dead. And you can have a look at this in 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 19. Secondly, the gospel is preached to everyone after they die, giving them a second chance to believe. Number three, the dead here refers to those spiritually dead, so that the preaching happened during their lifetimes. Now, the weakness of interpretation, firstly, is that Peter says the gospel was preached, not Jesus preached. Second, in 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 19, it says, Jesus proclaimed or preached to the spirits in prison, not that he preached the gospel. I would argue he proclaimed his victory over evil. The weakness of interpretation, secondly, is that it flatly contradicts the message of the Old Testament and New Testament, as in the book of Hebrews chapter 9, verse 27 puts it. It is appointed for man to die once, and after that comes judgment. Plus a second chance after death would undermine Peter's whole argument, namely that Christians must persevere in this life during trials. If they could repent after their death, why not live like heathens now and simply repent and believe after they die? The weakness of interpretation, thirdly, is that Peter never uses the word dead to refer to the spiritually dead. So what does Peter mean? It's uncomplicated. If you look at the NIV, it sounds like this in a different way. For this is the reason the gospel was preached, even to those who are now dead. The word now is not in the Greek and was thus added for clarity and interpretation. But that interpretation makes the most sense contextually. People who are dead now, while they were alive, had the gospel preached to them. They were judged in the flesh the way people are. That is, they too experienced physical death. The wages of sin is death. And this you can see in Romans chapter 6, verse 23. But they live in the spirit the way God does. And this you will see in 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 6. In short, Christians who are now dead had the gospel preached to them before they died, so that having believed, they now live in the spirit with God. God bless and shalom.